because he's just an automatic L. They just suck. They're a walking curse.
We've heard a little bit on that he is flirting with the portal.
Well, he's not flirting. He's leaving. I'm not getting it from a source. I'm getting it from the source. And my intel's pretty decent.
I would say it's pretty good.
I know it is.
Well, I know it is, too.
Yeah.
I know where it's coming from.
So if they say it and I say it, they're telling the truth, but I'm a liar. Miami sort of needs to deal with me.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Nevin Shapiro Fan Club experience. And today, we have a loaded episode for you. We're going to cover some Carson Beck conversations, Cam Ward conversations, and there's a couple of secrets that Nevin would like to share regarding the University of Miami. So please stay on the page, like and subscribe. We're dropping videos every week. And as you can see here, we just passed 100 subscribers, so we're going to be dropping this shirt to one lucky subscriber that's actually going to be known today. So please, again, like and subscribe to the page. And as always, let's get into the action. If Carson Beck shits the bed in the first 4 or 5 games of the season, do you bench him and put in Luke Nickel?
That's a good question. No way. You got to get your ROI. Who's getting that money back? They got way too much invested in that guy. And you might as well start looking at it as if the way NFL teams look at paying franchise quarterbacks. Daniel Jones, here's a good example. Paid that guy an absurd amount of money and then cut him later in the year. Maybe they wanted to just cut their losses, but typically you stick with a guy you got a lot of money in, and there may be a guy with greater potential sitting behind him for way less money, as we just heard on our most recent podcast interview with Benny Blades. You mean the guy that's making that much less? Crazy we're talking about it in college sports now, but that's what it is. It's no longer college sports. This is professional football now. The answer to that question is no, you don't bench him. You got to get Luke Nickel in there, assuming he's the number 2. Has anyone told Emory Williams that yet?
Not necessarily. And it could be an interchangeable, I don't bench him and put an Emory.
Yeah, and I don't see Emory Williams sticking around, and I don't think poorly of him, but I don't see him sticking around because he already knows what they think of him.
Yep.
So I would suspect that he's gone before spring or after spring.
Yep.
Whenever that portal opens.
We've heard a little bit on that he's flirting with the portal.
Well, he's not flirting. He's leaving.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He's past foreplay.
Once that spring portal opens up, he's pretty much gone.
If I'm his dad or his family or representative, why am I letting him stay?
That's true.
They just bypassed him, without even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're about to bypass him again with Luke Nickel. And now they got the kid coming in from Orlando. Where's Emory Williams in this?
Nowhere.
He's somewhere else.
Yep. Probably will go to SMU and light it up with Rhett Lashley.
Wherever he
goes. That guy
goes,
seems to take all of our guys and just...
He's going to be anywhere but the University of Miami. You can count on that. Like death in taxes.
Cam Ward came out and said that JoJo Trader is going to be the next best receiver at Miami. He said that in his NFL combine. Mm-hmm. Do you believe this to be true?
I think he may have shown that last year if they played him. They didn't till the end. Really at the end. And there's a lot of controversy behind that topic, as you know, that we're well aware of, as far as what's going on with the receivers coach, Kevin Beard, who's taking heat for not playing the players. But that wasn't his decision. We'll get into when that hammer drops.
Yep.
If it does. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does. I think I believe he'll be amazing. Yep. Assuming Carson Beck's going to be amazing.
Well, was
that a segue?
It is.
Okay.
An absolute segue. We all think that Carson Beck is going to have a drop-off between him and Cam Ward.
Who's we?
The fan base.
Okay.
Me and you.
But not me. No, it's not coming from me. Let's be clear.
So
it's not coming from me. I just point out the facts to the people that like to believe all is good in the world. The bar is set so high.
Yeah.
As I have not been shy about. I am a big fan of Cam Ward and what he showed me in 1 year. Incredible. So the bar is set so high that he's going to earn every bit of that, whatever amount they paid him, in order. He's going to have to measure up to that guy. Can he? Yeah, he can. Do I think he will? No. I don't think he's going to have that type of year for a couple of reasons. I don't see him as elusive as Cam Ward. I don't see him as that type of creator like Cam Ward. He doesn't have 4 really, really good receivers like Cam Ward's losing. Maybe he does, just unproven thus far. But certainly Jacoby George, Xavier Restrepo, Isaiah Horton, and Arroyo was great. That was a great nucleus. So we got that drop off. Could those guys coming in be better? Maybe they could at the end of 3 years, 2 years, but not tomorrow or for Carson Beck's preview. That first month is brutal. It's just a tough schedule. It just is. With moving parts, it's a tough schedule. So he's got his work, and he's coming off an injury. I'm not against Carson Beck in any way, shape, or form. No way. I think that's a tremendous acquisition that they made. I've always believed that. I just don't believe the money they spent on him, one. And two, you just absolutely bypass the kid that you supposedly liked. What's the message to anyone coming in? I don't know. I don't know if it's a Miami thing or if it's just an NCAA thing. But he's going to have a hard time living up to Cam Ward. Very tough barometer set. Who's replacing Derek Jeter? Who's replacing Michael Jordan?
That's how he was this past year, man. He was unbelievable. So generational. We wasted this whole season. We talked about that 100 times.
I'm not allowed to talk about what happened. We have to look to the now.
Yep, absolutely. So how do you feel about Cam Ward opting out of throwing at the combine? He's only throwing on Miami's pro day.
He's the best quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the country. He can do what he wants.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it too. The NFL teams, he don't have to show him a throw. He threw that. He showed everyone that throw he made against the Gators to Jacoby George in the back of the end zone. Here's my tape. See it. He don't have to say shit.
The Cleveland Browns and Dallas Cowboys have contacted the Titans regarding the first pick now. How do you think this is all going to play out?
Well, the Cleveland Browns definitely would take Cam Ward. I gotta believe. I pray to God he doesn't go to Cleveland because he's just an automatic L if he ends up there. They just suck. They're a walking curse. Diehard fans, everything else. It's not about the city. It's about that team. The Cowboys, if the Cowboys contacted them, maybe they got Shedeur Sanders in their mind because he's a local kid and the Dion tie. I don't know. I don't necessarily say Cam Ward's a lock to go there if they were to come up. But that's far-fetched, in my opinion. They just paid Dak Prescott a lot of money. If we go back to when I dropped that information on Cam Ward December 10th on the Pac-Man Jones podcast, I did that, and Cam Ward was a top 20. So everyone with these, this guy don't know what he's saying and everything. Okay, listen, I'm not getting it from a source. I'm getting it from the source. There's a difference. Some guys sign the back of the checks. Some guys sign the front of the checks. Levels. Cam Ward was, for all intents and purposes, going to the New York Giants. They won a game. There's no conversation outside of that. That's where he was going. If they don't lose, or if they don't win, rather. That's it. I know that. And that's not to say it still won't happen. And now I see Matthew Stafford re-signed. So now he's off the table for the Giants, which is what there was a big discussion about. And I know that. You know that because I shared that with you. And you were privy to that conversation. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him. I know it's a long answer. But I don't see him ending up in Dallas in any way, shape, or form. Cleveland, quite possibly.
Yeah. So Elijah Arroyo has really improved his draft stock over the last few weeks. In a previous podcast many months ago, you came out and said he should be a higher draft pick.
Yeah.
Can you go into that a little bit for the viewers?
Yeah. The people that shared with me, the Cam Ward, Giants, Intel, they said that's not all there is at the U that they're really interested in. They love this tight end. But they were thinking that he would be a first pick of the third round tight end, which at that time, right, the Giants had the number one pick. So they would have had the number one pick in the third round. And that's what I was being told. Now, through Nostradamus ways, Elijah Arroyo is possibly a first round pick. The kid's a stud.
Yeah.
He can ride.
He's so big,
he's
so
athletic.
strong.
He's like a Kellen Winslow Jr. clone.
So athletic.
And I don't mean current Kellen Winslow Jr. University of Miami Kellen Winslow Jr. He's really good, man. He's today's tight end. Kid's got all the upside in the world. Being Travis Kelce, in 10 years we'll be able to answer that. But upside, off the charts. Yeah, my intel is pretty decent.
I would say it's pretty good.
I know it is.
Oh, I know it is too.
Yeah.
I know where it's coming from. So is there one secret about the University of Miami personnel that you would like to share with the fan base to surprise them, if not stun them?
So everyone has this premonition of I'm this and I'm that and whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can go into my criminal situation and my scandal situation with the U and all that stuff. But one thing that is really overlooked is what my pulse is on high school talent. And you see my DMs more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yep.
Would you say that there's a number of people that reach out?
A lot.
Okay. I'm sitting on, so like in the drug game, and I'm not a drug guy, but I was locked up with a number of drug guys. So they all had stash houses where they would stash their money, the drug, whatever they would do. I got a stash house of 4 and 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Miami sort of needs to deal with me. I'm asked all the time. Now, I'll recommend because I love the U, and I do, and you know I love the U. That whole situation was a terrible, whatever it was, from both ends. But I'm sitting on some dogs that Miami's chasing hard now. 5-star. Definitely a few 4s, but definitely some 5s. Fans should be a little nicer,
They definitely should.
as should their staff.
I just wish, man, there's a way that we could show you guys, but we can't for purposes of just not exposing people. But
But I don't know shit,
it's
and I lie.
It's unbelievable. I'm telling you guys, I run his social media. It's sick. It's sick. The amount of people that and parents that send their huddles to you, and that's going to segue into this next question here. But it's unbelievable how many people reach out for you to help their kids, and there's so much not 3, 4, 5 stars that reach out where we're looking like, how the heck is this guy a 1 star?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's insane. Like a
And don't forget my Pee Wee League players.
Yep.
I'm working on a massive Chuck E. Cheese deal for these kids.
No, I mean, it's even 8-year-olds are reaching out to us. It's unbelievable. Some of the best 8-year-olds in the country, you know.
Well, the parents.
The parents, right, of course,
Right.
parents. But here's the question we're going into here. So I watch you speak to many up and coming prospects that are entering college. The parents reach out to you on social media. The prospects range from 3-star to 5-star. What's your position on them going to the University of Miami or recommending them to go to the University of Miami?
Well, that's a good question. Listen, I'm a Kane first. Let's forget whoever the coaching staff is, positive, negative, whatever. I just think that the resources at this place are unmatched. The history behind it in the last 40 years is unmatched. Maybe Alabama, I would say, in recent memories, but like what we did in that period of time and what we produced in the NFL is second to none. It is what it is. Everyone knows it. The league, the NFL knows it. Let's put it that way, right? So I think the University of Miami is the best spot for a number of reasons. But it's a business now. So if you're really doing the best by the people you care about and people that ask for your advice and opinions, you've got to treat it like a business and not be emotional to the subject. If I was a University of Miami employee, if that's not going to happen, one, they couldn't afford me. Two, it's not going to happen for obvious reasons. But if I was an employee, I'd be geared towards bringing them to my employer. That's not my role. I'm an advisor to some or many. It's become a business. And Mario Cristobal would tell you the same thing, or any other coach. Kirby Smart would tell you the same thing, right? Any college coach would tell you the same thing. It's about the bag now, and it's really become the primary. So I don't think it even matters so much about like what I think or someone thinks of a school, or even the kid for that matter. How much you paying me? Is that the right model? No, it's the worst model. And the NCAA, made it this way. So they, this is their problem to undo, which I don't think they can. Yeah, no, I would recommend a kid go to the U. You've seen it. You know what I say. I mean, where else would you rather be? Here or in Columbus, Ohio? Come on, get real.
So we get a lot of commentary and DMs on our subjects we discuss. At least 75% is positive, but the other 25% comes from fans that either hate your guts or are just ignorant to what you know in the circles that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
What's your response to those individuals?
Well, this is my very direct response. Who did we just have on last week?
Benny Blades and Tolbert Bain.
Okay, so those guys are from the 80s. They were in the heyday history making of this stuff. Now, you are well aware how many guests we potentially are going to line up. 100?
A lot.
Okay.
And half of them
If
are already
Benny Blades
confirmed.
and Tolbert Bain are saying this, do you believe them? Why don't you believe me? Where do you think my information's coming from? Not them two specifically, but 100 Tolbert Bains and Benny Blades and others. And if they're saying it, maybe there's merit to it. So maybe people will believe it if those guys say it on our podcast. So if they say it and I say it, they're telling the truth, but I'm a liar. That's my answer. You know what it is. If anyone who watches it, I promise you the coaching staff watches this.
Yep.
I know they do. I don't think I know they do.
Who wouldn't?
You know you do.
So I'm going to wrap up with 2 questions here. One, it's going to be a Cam Ward one and a Carson Beck. First one, do you think that Cam Ward will be a finalist for Rookie of the Year this year?
I'm going to say yes because I'm a Cam Ward fan. But if you tell me he ends up in Cleveland, no. How's that? Can I hedge my bet?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm hedging it.
You're hedging it. And then the final one I have is, there was a lot of police reports that Carson Beck and his girlfriend got their car stolen.
I thought you were going to mention me.
No.
Oh.
No, that Carson Beck and his girlfriend got their car stolen out of their home. What was your initial reaction when you saw that?
Welcome to Miami. Fucking 305, man. That's what it is. Give it the program. He obviously doesn't know his surroundings very well. He's lucky he's still walking around.
I just was wondering,
They left his clothes on him?
I don't think he was home when they got it, because it was crazy to me. I saw the police cam footage, and it almost looked like they took some of the cars out of the garage.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they got in.
Yeah,
it almost seemed like an inside job.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it is, but it almost looked that way.
Listen, this ain't Kansas, Toto. You know what I mean? Welcome to the big leagues.
It's crazy world down here, man.
He obviously doesn't know the right people, or else it wouldn't have happened.
All right, I know I said a final question, but I have one more and we're going to close. We have some word that Kevin Beard is an unsigned guy as of today, which would be March 1st. Is there any comments that you would like to wrap up our show with regarding him being unsigned as of today?
I'll just ask the question. Why is he unsigned if you're planning on bringing him back? What is a contract negotiation? Holdout? Is he trying to get more NIL money?
I think they're flirting between a couple of people out there. They're kind of flirting.
I'm going to reserve commentary, Mike.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to reserve commentary until that hammer drops or doesn't drop. And if it doesn't drop, then good. And I'm happy Kevin Beard stayed.
Yeah.
But if it does, I'll help with the hammer.
Absolutely. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. This was really heavy. This got into a lot of things. Please please subscribe. Like I said, we're dropping this, and then when we hit 250 subscribers, we're dropping the defensive line from 2001. You'll see it pop here on your screen. So please, guys, keep following us. I'm dropping videos every week, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.